We are live. You know, they say that financial landscaping can be so unpredictable. Start your side also with Stamp Up with Nikes today because, guys, you're going to hear a lot of good nugget with us today. Thank you again and welcome back to Stamp Up with Nike. My name is Oyenike.
And I am Adenike.
Here in Stamford with Nikki, we are here to inspire, enlighten, and motivate you guys. And hopefully, like you can get one or two things to also step forward and start your own digital business.
And to do that today, we have an amazing couple, power couple once again with us today. Uh, they used to work in the banking industry, doing different roles. They are parents to three beautiful kids, very successful in our community, one of the top leaders in our communities. They've been doing this online business for years. It's a great honor and a great pleasure to welcome to our platform coaches Akin and Agape.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, coaches. We really appreciate your time. We know that time is money for you guys. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. Please introduce yourself to our audience.
Yeah, so my name is Agape, and this is my husband Akin. We are originally from Nigeria, but we are now citizens of Canada. We've been here now for 11 years with our three beautiful children. And like you ladies said, we both used to be in the banking industry.
Yeah.
We've been in the corporate world for 20 years before we started this business 4 years ago. So, yeah.
That is who we are
That
in a
is who we
nutshell.
are.
Wait, you've been in business for 20, like in corporate world for 20 years. That is a lot of experience. Like you were like talking about retirement, like, oh yeah, we soon retire, right? Why online business?
Oh, well, when life happens, you have to really find a way, and the going says once there is a will,
There's a way.
will always be a way. So there are different solutions to get to your dreamland.
Yeah.
But when life happens, it happened to us, especially me. My bank just woke up, shut down the department, and we found ourselves with so much consumer loans, no time for each other, for the kids, for the family as a whole. So, and we've been doing business forever.
Yeah. Like even back in Nigeria, we had businesses that we shut down to move to Canada to start afresh, right? So when we got here, we were thinking to ourselves that we would start a business on the side. But of course, we started to look into different businesses that we could do. And the startup capital for all the businesses that we saw was like, if we had that kind of money, you think we'll be looking for a business, right? It was in the hundreds of thousands.
Yep.
And so we knew that there was no way that we could afford a lot of those businesses. And then, of course, starting afresh in a new country, they're telling you have to build credit history, you have to do this, you have to do that. So for the first 5 years, we were going to different seminars, trying to learn what the culture and the system is like, because we've always believed that you cannot build wealth with a 9 to 5. No matter how good your job is, no matter how high up there you are, you cannot build wealth with a 9 to 5. So it was with that thought that we were looking for a side hustle. We're like, we know that no matter what, we have to have a business, even though we're working and we have good jobs, right? And so we did that for 5 years. And like Akin said, 4 years ago, actually 5 years ago now, his department was shut down by the bank and all of them were told to go home. So we were pushed against the wall and we're like, okay, we can't even start this business because, the startup capital is in the hundreds of thousands. What else is out there that we can do? And when we started to question and just really be uncomfortable with our situation, that was the same month we saw an advert about this online business.
And guess what? We started
right away.
Oh, God.
So
right away.
It's interesting though, Coach Akin and Coach Agape. When I was listening to Coach Akin just now talking about how he lost his job. Now, for the Africans, especially Africans in the abroad, in the diaspora, in the abroad, we are professionals. We love to go to school. We love to read. We love to own our job. To like, okay, I'm a doctor. I'm a nurse. I am a banker. I'm a this. And most times we wait till something happens. We don't make preparation for plan B. And listening to your story now, what advice would you have for people who are still out there, who still claim I'm a banker, I'm a this, I mean, it's good, but must we stay at just one job for
Streams of
sure
income.
plan B?
Like, even if anything hasn't taught anybody, the last 3 years going through the pandemic should have opened the eyes of everybody to what could be. Nobody prepared for it. I know they say it won't happen for another 100 years. Okay, but you just never know.
Yeah.
Because nobody was prepared for everything that happened in the last 3 years. Jobs were lost, people were, let go, and all of these things. I mean, it had happened to us even before the pandemic. So, okay, fine. But I think that situation really brought to light the fact that you have to be prepared no matter what. No matter what. And, even coming out of it, not everybody has recovered from the effects of it.
No.
Not everybody. We live in Canada, and Canada is hot in the news right now because the cost of living here is bonkers. There's no job. We know people who have 2 jobs. They still cannot make ends meet.
Wow.
So economically speaking, the value of many countries, the value of the currency is not what it used to be.
Oh.
3 years ago, 5 years ago, 6 years ago. So 2 jobs cannot cut it. The wife is working 2 jobs, the husband is working 2 jobs. It won't work.
Yeah.
So what do you need to do? You need to find another means of income. And one story, then we go to the next question. I had a friend who was working 3 jobs. And through our business also, a senior who is in his 60 or 65 was also working 3 jobs. Both of them, they don't know each other, but because of this business, I met this older man, and as we were talking during his intake, he told me he slept off at on the highway when he stopped for the red light. He slept off. The same thing that happened to my friend like 6 years ago. He was working 3 jobs, he got to the red light, slept off on the highway.
Oh my gosh.
This is the damage of working multiple jobs.
Yeah.
But then guess what? The more jobs you work, the more overtime income you make, the higher your tax bracket.
Taxes.
Yes.
Who is working? Who is making the money?
Yeah.
We need to be street smart.
Need to be smart.
Yes, it's really amazing that we really don't think it that way. People like to juggling 3 jobs, especially in overseas here. Like, oh yeah, they want to make that money, but you are just working for others. You are just making money for them because everything will go to tax no matter what. Like talking about 3 jobs because you work too much already, and it's just like literally just you're working like 3 people job, and at the end of the day you cannot hand to 3 people job money. It's very it's not balanced. It's not balanced at all. And honestly, like you go ahead.
One thing we wanted to even say to people out there is that look at it this way. As a business, like the first world country favors a business owner more than an employee.
Absolutely.
And the reason is because as an employee, before your salary is paid into your account, they will take out the EI, they'll take out the CPP, they'll take out the taxes. Then they'll put the rest of your earnings into your account. And that's all you can spend. But as a business owner, all of your money comes to you first.
Yes.
Then you take out all your expenses. You take out, all the other things that make your business run.
Because your business is your lifestyle.
Because your business is your lifestyle, especially for those of us who work online. We don't have to pay employees. We don't have to pay overhead like, a building or whatever. But we are the business. So everything that we do, my family and I, we eat out. Our eating out is an expense.
Yes.
We travel. Our traveling is an expense.
Travel for business, we meet clients at the restaurant.
So all of that, I take it out of whatever I've earned for the month, and whatever is left is what the government will tax. So there you have it. Like you have to be street smart.
Talking about being smart, you know, in our community, we hear people talk about work smart. You know,
Yes.
don't do hard work. This is an example of that. You know,
Yes.
look at how you are breaking it down. I mean, even for me, some of these things are slowly. I'm like, oh, thank God I'm doing this business then. You know, because we're so wired to like work. Both 9 to 5 nurses working 12-hour shifts like us. You know, and when we come here, especially, you know, we foreigners, we come, it's always the mindset. To
Yeah.
bye bye. You want to land here, just join them and start working
Mhm.
jobs. And that's all we know. But now we have this online world. It is new to a lot of we Africans. When we hear online, it's like, what is today? You know, what do you have to tell people, us Africans? This new thing that is new, this platform, this online world, what are the opportunities? What are the possibilities, the endless possibilities in this online space?
Sorry, I'll let you take the endless opportunities, but I wanted to mention something. It's all about programming. We've been programmed, all of us, to go to school, get a good grade, you know, get student loan, and beg for job, recertify, change careers, even at 45, go back to school to do nursing, especially in the US, do some IT work. But guess what? With the student loan, with the time spent, with the number of years, with the time away from family, with all of this, there are no guarantees to getting that job. No guarantees. So much so in this business, you started today, with your startup capital and everything, there are no guarantees. But there is big hope because you are doing something for yourself.
Yes.
The satisfaction is high. The community, over 60,000 business owners in our community, there is experience, there is skill, there are people that will support you. You can't go to your manager and say, oh, I don't feel good. They will send you to a therapist.
Yes.
Of course, go to therapist, but the fact is, what guarantees that job? What guarantees it? Nothing.
Yeah.
But we found success here.
Yeah. And thousands of people also found success. It's not just, Agape and Akin are lucky, so they are successful.
No.
Nika is lucky, so she's successful. No. Our community, I mean, we've done business now for 15 years. Own businesses, we've built it from scratch. We've had to shut it down. We've had to start all over again. So we know, right? Now, the good thing is, one thing I love about our business is we're not shoving it in people's faces and saying, you must do this. No. And we're not forcing them, but we're giving them an opportunity to come and see what is possible.
Right.
What is possible is, imagine 2 adults living in Canada, owning a almost 3,000 square foot home, having 3 children, and guess what? They don't work 9 to 5.
Amazing.
Come on.
Where does that exist?
This is the possibility.
Yes.
People in our community are paying off mortgages in 3 years or less.
Yes.
We've written ours to be 3 years too, that in 3 years we're paying off our mortgage because we've seen it happen.
Yes.
If you are stuck in your 9 to 5, you can't dream big.
Your dream becomes to the size of your income.
You are just like, if I can just go to that OMB on Saturday, I'll be happy. If I can just go to church, I'll be okay. If I can just go back home and rest, that's what you're going to be dreaming of.
For the next 40, 50 years.
But in our community, you start thinking, oh my God, you mean I can buy a brand new car with cash? You mean I can travel on a business class? Because I did it last year. I went to Nigeria on business class. You start to dream bigger.
Yes.
So we're not all special people. My father didn't hand me any inheritance. Neither did Akin's father hand him anything.
Did you guys get an inheritance?
No. So we're nothing special.
Yes.
We are just people who were sick and tired of being sick and tired, and we decided to do something about it. And what we did was we took a chance on the opportunity. We're not saying that, we just took it. We're like, look, we've done this corporate thing for 20 years. It didn't get us nowhere. All we have is more student loans, no money, no time with family and spouse, no, nothing.
Broke or nappy.
Unhappy. And then
But
on top of it,
you have titles. You have titles.
Yeah. Well,
so
well,
we're just saying to people, take
yeah.
a chance on you, on yourself. Because even if you start our business,
Mhm.
you're not doing me a favor. You're not doing Oyenike or Adenike a favor.
Nope.
You're doing yourself and your generations, your children, your family, especially yourself. You're doing yourself a favor.
That's right.
Be
So
courageous.
be courageous. That's all it takes.
That is right. Oh my God. Thank you so much. This is amazing, guys. I mean, what else do people want to hear? We have to plan for the future. We can you cannot drive Lamborghini when somebody is giving you a paycheck. You have to have your own life. We are capable of it because we already here. We're already here. If you can hand so much degree, if you can maintain to hold on to that job, you can definitely do something tangible for yourself as well. And that is what we are saying here. And we don't perform a miracle here, all right? We build business. And the business is paying us like a business. All right. So you're gonna come in here, do your due diligence, and do what other schools are doing. You'll receive the same training side that Coach Aki and Agape received, the same training side that I and Sister Denike received, the same training side for everybody. And it's always been a success here. All right. If you're ready, you come inside, you do your business, you will definitely see exactly what we're talking about. All right. You come here, come and dig your own good mind. Or we were talking to somebody a few days ago, and she was saying that when she get to the abroad, she realized that our dreams are becoming fade. And people really don't tend to realize that. When she said that, it gives me another point of view. That is right, because you're just, once we get here, we're just working 9 to 5, we're getting paycheck, we work, focusing on paying the bills. And you can't even do anything outside the box. So all those dreams, they are becoming postponed. Just postpone. I'll do it later. I'll do it next time. I'll be able to do it next year. And guess what? It's just the same thing around and round and round again. Let us rewrite our story. We can do it.
Absolutely. I have one more question before we release you. So we've been talking. When you were talking, I was paying attention, and you did mention that you guys went into seminars, trainings for like 5 years.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow. And so we want our audience to listen to that. We're telling you to come for something that is golden, but you also have a part to play.
Yes.
This is not a get rich quick scheme. This is not come and you become a millionaire the next day. You have a part to play. I want to seize the opportunity since we have you. Please, training, education, information, mindset. Please, can you help us wrap this up? All of this.
Where do we start from now? Building a business or building a legacy or building an empire, you can't use your traditional educational information that was given to you that you've immediately forgotten, because everything I did in my university days or high school was not what I was doing in my bank job. So we started relearning. We have some great mentors. One of them, who is late, is Bob Proctor. It says many people tiptoe through life just to make it safely to the grave.
Wow.
That is the story of many. But what can we do to reprogram, to change, to bring on new habits? We started attending personal development classes. We started watching more of Bob Proctor, Eric Worre, Ray Higdon, who else now? Les Brown, Tony Robbins, because there are so many things you can learn. And one thing I found out is that if you have one problem, any problem, find a book. Find any book on that particular problem, and therein is your solution.
Yeah.
So as we build business, we are learning how the big brands, how did they do it? What did they do? So we are learning, continuous learning. The day anyone stops learning is the day they start dying.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we will leave it at that.
Coach Agape, you have to say something too. I'm putting you on the spot.
I mean, I think Akin really nailed it,
Yes.
just the fact that, you can't depend on where you're coming from, because what did it do for you? Because, you have to be sincere with yourself and ask yourself, okay, I've been doing this thing for 5 years. I've been doing this thing for 10 years. Is it making me happy?
Hmm.
Is it making me richer?
Hmm.
Am I getting more time from it? Am I getting more freedom from it? If the answer is no, then it's time to try something else.
Hmm.
Our brain is programmed to keep us safe. So when we see something new, we start to be afraid.
Red
And we're
red
like,
flag.
no, 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 no. I've never seen this before, so it must be scam. I've never seen this before, so it must be fake. Oh, no, no, But you need to take the time to ask yourself, okay, I've been a nurse for 27 years. I started out with a passion to help people.
Mhm.
Do I still have that passion?
Okay.
Because you know what? If you are just spending maybe 5 hours a day passionately helping people, the rest of the time you are volunteering in your church or in your children's school, you're hanging out with your friends, you're dating your husband or your wife, you're doing other things.
Yes.
Maybe you will still be happy. But imagine spending 12, 16 hours in the hospital. Then you get home, your children are asking you, say, please, please, let me rest.
Yeah.
Your husband say, let's go to concert. You say,
I picked up extra shift.
please, in fact, tomorrow I even pick up extra shift. Like, so if you, no, you guys think about it. Because
Yeah.
we all started out passionately for something, but then the
That's true.
system will so mold you,
Yeah.
and then you're like, this is no way how I saw my life 10 years, 15 years ago.
Yeah.
So the moment you start to feel like that, it's time to
For
try
change.
something new.
Yeah.
The change needs to happen today.
Yes. Yes. Wow. That was
Wow.
very deep. Those
Wow.
are very
Very
deep.
deep
Oh my
ones.
God. That is so deep. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful that we were able to have you both here today. This is a blessing. Thank you so much. You know, we can just keep going and going and going. And the say also says that you can only take a horse to water. You can't force them to drink water. So yeah. So we can bring you the information. It is your actions to it's your own thing to take the action and say, okay, let me make use of this. Let me follow what they're saying. So guys, this is it. We really do hope that we have inspired, motivated, of course, enlighten one of you or maybe 10 times of you today, because there is a lot of things to take home today, guys. And I also wanted to thank all of us that attending this live session today, that watching us, and those of you that will be watching later on. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. We will never take your love for granted. Thank you so much, Coach Agatha and Akin. We love you. We love you. You are a great leader. We look up to. Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And until next time, we see you on Stamping with Nikki. We are still blessed. Thank
Bye.
you.